Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at the GTX 1060 3GB version, and we're going to look at just why it is such a great used card for you if you're building a new system with used parts. It's a great value. Let's take a look. So from a consumer standpoint, the graphics card market right now is doing okay, especially when you compare it to something like the memory market right now. Sure, cards are typically a little bit over their original MSRPs still, but 1050 Ti's are going for under $200, and GTX 1060s are well under the $300 mark. But if you're looking for a GTX 1060 3GB version, if you look over at Amazon, some of the cheapest ones are about $215, $216 right now. For example, this EVGA one, the 1060 3GB ACX 2.0, all that jazz, is $216.22, and as we scroll down, we're not seeing anything that's cheaper than that until we get to a 1050 Ti, but of course that's not what we're looking for. But interestingly, the used market is actually doing much better for the 1060 3GB version. If we hop over to eBay here, and we just look at used cards that have been sold, in fact, I guess we're not just looking at used cards, but cards that have been sold on eBay, they are going for significantly cheaper than the cheapest $215. So right off the bat, we have one that went for $170 after you calculate shipping, and with that, that's an Asus model. But then even further down, you have things like this EVGA card, which is the same card that we just saw at $216 on Amazon, going for just over $150. Going even further down, we have more of the same with one card I saw, even going as cheap as, this Asus one went as cheap as $119. Now this was a buy it now auction, so something tells me this card was snapped up pretty quickly, sold on August 9th. And I already looked, this card was described as being fully functional and sold for $119. Now I understand that some people will go ahead and say, well look, it could be just somebody trying to scam out $119 from somebody else. Well, the nice thing about shopping on eBay is the buyer protection on eBay is top notch as far as used items go. If it's described as being a working card, if you return it, you will get your money back. Now, the reason I like the 1060s, especially the 3GB version, is it combines quite a bit of extra power over a 1050 Ti, but it maintains a very affordable price point, especially for somebody that's trying to get into PC gaming without breaking the bank. In addition, there are a lot of models, especially the 3GB card again, on the market that are pretty compact cards. So looking at this EVGA card, for example, it's a small card with just a 6-pin PCIe connector for extra power that you can fit into those smaller computers like those Dell Optiplexes that I really like to grab for a very cheap cost and convert into gaming PCs and then offload by selling them. Very easy to convert, especially with a card this small, and also the 1060s don't require much power at all either. So even those Optiplexes, for example, have enough power in the built-in power supplies to power these cards just fine. Now 1050 Ti's on the used market also work really well for powering those lower cost gaming PCs, especially the ones where you need the card itself to be pretty small to fit into tighter spaces. But the thing about the 1050 Ti's is you're not paying that much less for 1050 Ti, but on the performance front, you're actually getting quite a boost by jumping up to the 1060 3GB version. Now, I'll go ahead and link this video from Testing Games down below, but it does a really nice job of comparing a 3GB 1060 to a 1050 Ti in 6 different games using a processor, the 6600K, that's going to be able to push these cards pretty far, and you'll notice that the 1060 comes out on top by significant margins, so it's definitely worth the upgrade if you can spare the extra $20 to $40 on the used market to get the 1060. You're going to see quite a big performance bump. So if you are on the used market, you're looking for some of the better values that you can get out of current generation graphics cards that may have hit that used market. Right now, my big recommendation goes to the GTX 1060 3GB edition because it is very cheap compared to the current available new prices for the card, and because you're getting a big performance bump over the card that's just a tier below it in the 1050 Ti. But I am always curious from you guys, do you have a favorite used card? Maybe you picked up a used graphics card recently. Let me know what it was and the price that you paid for it down below. And as always, if you like this video, give it a like, share, subscribe, and comment. All those things are very helpful to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Hoosier Hardware. And as always, I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.